I wanted to make this video because I want to discuss a few things. Hopefully this video reaches out to my audience, whoever it is, the straight community primarily, because I don't know who actually knows about what's going on in my life. Obviously there's a lot of celebrities that are involved that partially know what's going on. And they know because I watched so many of these videos on interviews in Hollywood and LA and New York and all these different celebrity status areas, and a lot of these straight community females, they get attacked and persecuted pretty bad. It's a pretty big war. So I wanted to talk about, because I just moved to this apartment complex a couple of months ago at the end of June, so this is July, August, so I've been here for officially 2 months, just a little over 2 months. And as far as it goes with any of the electronic devices that are being used on me, they're still existent to everything that I'm doing in life. Everything that I do in this apartment, I'm still being shot with electronic devices. Every single day that I wake up, I have to get up and have a bowel movement and use the restroom, take a shit, and I'm being forced to. Every single day since I have been here, just up until a couple of days ago, has they not shot these electronic devices because I made a prior video about it. But I wanted to talk about, because they're shooting electronic devices all over my body continuously. It's to mentally deprive me mentally of functioning any type of normal or having any quality of human life. I have very little communication, if any at all, with any of my past friends and people that I've known, because I'm way far away from them, and a lot of the people have moved on, and I'm moving and running all over these places throughout the United States, and I'm being shot with these electronic devices, and someone is tracking me down and installing them in my environment and any equipment and anything, possessions that I have when I get the chance to, so that if they can't reach out to me, then I can have it secretly installed on my phone, or some sort of charger or cord or something, or a battery pack, where I don't know that it's an electronic frequency machine that they're using on me that forces me to do this. Do certain things, like take a shit, make me itch my arm, or violently hurt a certain part of my body. But it's very consistently about what they're shooting into my face, my body, my chest, my muscles, making muscle tissue twitch, aches and pains, and mostly is to force me to have a bowel movement. And I think it's important for me to talk about, because it's never stopped. Just because I moved into this apartment doesn't mean that whoever was doing this to me, that was doing this to me at the airport, that was doing this to me every single place I've gone to, it still hasn't stopped, and it hasn't. The entire time that I've been here, all I did, the first month that I was here, all I did was get everything that I need as fast as I could. You know, a bed sheets, pans, cooking utensils. I got a desk, got another desk for school, and buy me some hygiene and try to take care of myself, really just basic stuff. And I've been building model ships, and I've only been able to build one model ship since I've been here. And I built already a car model for my brother, and this model ship is supposed to be for my family member. It's a gift that I'm making for them, and it has a story to itself that I will explain one day when I see them. If I don't ever see them, then they can make whatever story they want to whatever they see on this model ships that I'm building for my relatives and distant and friends as well. So, but please understand that I'm still being tormented beyond anything that you can imagine. I'm so conditioned to the environment and how hateful it is. you don't understand that I don't put this on video because I'm so restrained and so many years that I'm so used to it. Like, you don't understand that I don't know what normal life is, where I walk into a grocery store and absolutely no one knows who I am. There is absolutely zero, and I mean zero, heterosexual females in any work, store, gas station, anywhere in this entire city. And I'm not kidding you, there's absolutely no heterosexual women. They just disappeared. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's like the Ku Klux Klan and how they migrated, in racial areas where only like white supremacy. Well, it's the same thing with the gay community, where they've taken, and the transgender community, where they've just taken everything. They don't even allow heterosexual people like in this town. Like, there's very little of them. And if they ever have access to stores, to getting jobs or anything, it's extremely, I know that they couldn't feel comfortable, because you'd have to have more than one heterosexual female, because it's like you have so much hatred and so much control. So I wanted to say this because I moved from Las Vegas to here, and what's going on in this apartment is the same thing that's going on the last 10 years, me being homeless. When I go to the grocery store, they still have these electronic devices and stuff, and people coughing at me, and then stalking my every move in the corners of the store. Total strangers. So please understand that I am a very hated person by a large amount of people, and it's never changed. So I have to stay here for 1 year according to what Section 8 government apartments and got me here, and I have to stay here for a year to get a voucher to then transfer to Dallas or a different city. I'm doing everything. I'm guaranteed, in my opinion, my choice is I'm going to be going to Dallas, without a doubt. But I have to be here for a year. It's already been 2 months. And so I have to wait about 9 or 10 more months, and then I will be able to transfer to Dallas to get an apartment. Dallas is the hugest population in the entire city. They should have at least one apartment available for me to move in. I don't care how crappy or how ghetto it is, because that's very likely that's where they're going to send me if I do. So understand that I've actually came across a few heterosexual people, and when I say I came across them, one was at a car show. After it, I went to go to a restaurant, go eat, and there was a heterosexual female, and it looked like Avril Lavigne. I mean, exactly like almost Avril Lavigne, or like a twin or sister. And she got with some shit with some, I guess, employees or something, and I heard her get really mad, and she was helping an old lady, or like her mother, like cross the street or something like that, she was holding her, like she was helping her get up and get to the car and walk out of the restaurant. I heard her, as she was walking out the door, sort of yell at these people, and it was a group of gays and transgenders. I don't know what it was, because I had my back faced and I was on the other side of the restaurant, and I had no idea what's going on, but the person knew who I was, and I could tell. But I wanted to say that the threats are still happening. I went to the post office about 3 weeks ago, and a guy, as I was making a delivery, there was a guy that came up behind me and made a very, very vacuous threat at me. He said it in like a very like evil murder way. And he got real close behind me. He didn't even drop anything off, and he had a microphone in his ear, like he was stalking me. And he approached me and made sure he got really close. And he goes, "Move this room," and he said it like some sort of demon voice or some shit. And I turned around like, what the heck's going on? Like, what? And this isn't the post office, not even that large of a space. And I turn around, and it's this little short guy, and he's just looking at his right like this, but there's nothing for him to look at. He's looking at a wall. There's nothing. There's like a few items there, and he's like trying to tell me some sort of secret some sort of secret message. I don't know what it is. But it's a hateful, threatening tool that they're doing because everyone knows they're shooting electronic devices at me, beating me, and I'm being mentally conditioned, confined like an animal. So then they send these people to then do their dirty moves or do these threatening moves to then try to put me in a mental state where they want to place me. So like I said, it's the bus drivers, it's whenever occasionally the bus drivers, it's still everywhere I go. I can't express this video enough that everywhere I go, I always try to be kind, I try to be respectful, I try to be nice, I'm always giving up my seat to anyone that needs to sit down. I get out of people's way, I try not to take too much space. I don't say anything disrespectful. It is very seldom that I say anything disrespectful. It's 1 in a trillion situations. But you got to understand, when anytime it results in situations like that, it's because either someone is pulling a knife on me nearly, or just straight up yelling at me. I don't even know who this person is at times. But even then, I always walk away. I have to get up and run. I was literally at the post office even a month ago. And when I was there, somebody grabbed like an item, and he goes, oh, and he grabbed like some sort of a mail item or something. And I was walked up to the front desk, and he said something, and I was about to walk up, and he goes, oh, hey, huh, what did you say? And he held like something in his hand, like I don't know what it meant. And then all of a sudden, it shot something in my guts, and I had to run out of the store and look for a toilet. I had to go run and look for a toilet because I was going to shit myself, literally poop coming out of my pants, like out of my butt, and it falling on the ground. And I had to run to the restroom to go use the restroom. So they're using these electronic devices to confine me like a slave, a mental slave. So I wanted to make sure that people understand that everything that they're shooting at me is still happening all the time. These sensors that they're using, these many different items that they're shooting at me, it's nonstop. You don't understand how detailed how detailed these electronic devices is. I'll make a video and I'll put a camera like on my phone, and I'll have it facing toward the closet, and I'll sit down to make a video, and all of a sudden I feel like somebody's doing this, like you know how like somebody sort of just dabs your throat, and you're like, oh, like kind of like that. It's what it feels like. So like somebody's hitting the esophagus and sort of pinching it, like squeezing it a little bit, and you kind of like, it feels like somebody's doing that, and it's not me having a disease or coughing or no. They do this repeatedly. I do have a cough condition, and it's due to someone poisoning me many years ago. I have trouble cleaning out my throat, but I can tell the difference. So I think it's important for me to understand I'm literally forced on some days to take a shit 4 to 5 times a day, and I feel that my rectum, as I'm using the restroom, feels torn in my rectum. Like it feels that I'm pushing out so much feces that it's hurting, like it physically hurts. And I don't want to use the restroom again because it hurts. It physically hurts. So, as you can see, I got this hat, and for those that are wondering, this is the style of hat I'm going to be wearing from now on. But it's a hat that used to be worn as poor boys, newsboys, street boys in the U.S., all over around the world, famous for an Auschwitz as well, where a lot of the people in the Holocaust that were tortured and tormented and put to death and to suffer and were scummed. The Jewish people and many other races as well, Romanian people were put to death, wore these hats. And I thought that I would wear this because I went to Auschwitz, and it's sort of what I feel, the hope for my liberation one day, that these electronic devices stop. I'm reaching out to any celebrities out there. Please watch these videos, and I really do hope that I understand that some of y'all are being really kind and loving, and it's the heterosexual women. Y'all are so loving, y'all are so kind, y'all are so polite. Please reach out to me. Please understand this is all coming from a transgender community and gay community of pure hate.